Today we're at Chelsea Fire Station and we are interviewing Evan Dunaway, and he is going to give us some tips, some safety tips for the holidays. So the first safety tip I would like to talk about is candles.
Yeah, candles are commonly used during the holiday season. It's best to keep them away from anything that's hanging down. Keep them away from curtains and decorations. When you leave the house, make sure you blow it out, and or when you leave the room.
Okay. What about space heaters? I know a lot of people like to use space heaters.
Yes, space heaters are also commonly used during the cold season. Make sure you use, if you use an extension cord, make sure it's surge protected. Make sure when you leave the room also that you turn it off. You don't want to leave that thing going when you leave the house.
Right.
It could be a dangerous situation.
Okay, those are great tips with the candles and the space heaters. All right, so let's move into the kitchen, because during the holidays there's a lot of cooking going on.
Yes.
So what are some great safety tips you can give us when we're cooking?
Yeah, you always get talking with your family members. It's this hectic season.
Yes.
When you're cooking all those meals, make sure that you keep those cooking handles away from people walking back and forth.
Okay.
If you're cooking something hot, it can all spill over or catch something on fire. If you use oven mitts and hand towels, make sure you don't keep them next to the hot stove. Make sure you hang them back up where you got them from to prevent anything catching on fire.
That's a great tip.
Yes.
So if we're cooking outside and we like to fry turkeys, what are some great tips for using a turkey fryer?
Yeah. First things first, make sure you use it on concrete floors. Don't use it inside, and don't use it on anything wood. It could be a risk of catching on fire and getting hot. Whenever you use a turkey, make sure you let it thaw out completely. Do not put a frozen turkey inside.
Because that will,
yes.
big explosion,
yes.
right?
Yes, grease and water do not go well together.
Yes. Let's talk about our smoke detectors.
Yeah, during daylight savings, a lot of people get in a good habit of checking the batteries. Once a year, you can check the batteries and make sure that they're in workable condition.
Okay.
You can also check and test it out on top of the smoke detector to see if everything's working right.
That's great. That's a great tip, because we tend to forget about checking our smoke detectors.
Yes.
A great habit is daylight savings time. One of the things we need to do.
Yes.
All right. Let's talk about Christmas trees. A lot of people like artificial trees, and they still use the real trees. So what safety tips do you have for us?
Yeah, if you, whenever you use the Christmas trees, a lot of times people put it next to their fireplace. If you do that, keep it at least 3 feet away. Keep it from, catching on fire. Another thing, Christmas lights. And when people put the Christmas lights on there, I check it each year to make sure that nothing's going to short out and possibly catch it on fire.
Okay. What about using multiple extension cords?
Yeah, minimize that as much as possible. Sometimes those extension cords, they're not used to withstand that.
I know that personally, I have too many extension cords going on, because we want to put lights everywhere, right?
Yes.
Right. And even outside, we put lights outside, and some put them on the rafters.
Yes. If you put it on outside, make sure you keep it well protected from the rain.
Okay.
Because if that shocks and shorts out the wires, it can cause a bad situation.
And I imagine you would buy outdoor lights versus indoor lights, and make sure you use the appropriate lights outside.
Yes, and make sure you check the packaging before you buy it.
Evan, thank you so much for joining us today and with all these safety tips for the holidays. We wish each and every one of you happy holidays and just all these special memories you're going to be making with your family. I'm Dianna with the Howell Group, and thank you for watching.